Have you actually ever wondered the question about what would happen if Naruto would ever enter the Dragon Ball Super Universe? Well, coming from a Naruto fan myself, he wouldn't last very long at all. But what if before Naruto took that step into the Dragon Ball Universe, he was capable of training with Whis for 1 year? How strong would Naruto be? Well, so in order to find out, let's talk about it.
Yokoso, watashi no Soul Societyへ.
What's up everybody, it's True Sage, and yes, it's pronounced True Sage. So, before we even get started, I want to just clarify something. I actually got inspired from this video from TikTok. I saw a TikTok post, I probably can't pull it up, I probably can't find it anymore. But it was just a forum talking about what would Naruto train with Whis for a whole year, how strong would Naruto be? And I honestly think that's a pretty interesting question. I've seen many different comments fly across the room. Some people were saying like, you know, Naruto would probably be like boxing during at the end of Tournament Power. People also said Naruto would probably just be like Cell level. Took a little rough estimate and did slight research and decided to come up with a video on my own explaining what I think Naruto would be after a year of training with Whis. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Alright, so there was 2 outcomes of what could happen if Naruto trained with Whis. This is outcome number 1. Outcome number 1 if Naruto decides to train with Whis is that nothing will happen at all. Seriously though, nothing will happen at all for 2 different reasons. Now, physically speaking, Naruto is very strong in this universe. He's actually the strongest person in this verse. In Dragon Ball verse, he's not really that powerful. There's a good possibility that Naruto wouldn't even be strong enough for Whis to end up training in the first place, which is not really that hard to believe because think about something logically. You remember at the beginning of Whis training, at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, Goku and Vegeta had to like lift these gigantic weights attached to them in their base form while the planet was kind of like falling apart. Yeah, I don't know if Naruto is strong enough to even survive Whis training in the first place. So that's why I say nothing would happen at all. Whis made them train in base form. So Naruto wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't be able to use this KCO mode or anything like that. Option number 2 is that Naruto would not be able to train with Whis because he has chakra and not ki. Now, of course, right now in the real world, chakra and ki is basically one and the same. They're basically interchangeable. But in the Dragon Ball verse and Naruto verse, they're kind of 2 different things. Ki in the Dragon Ball verse is kind of a natural phenomenon that happens within the Dragon Ball universe, while chakra is something that's kind of explained that came from the chakra fruit that Kagura ate. So it's kind of 2 different things. So it's a possibility that Whis may just see Naruto, and since he has chakra and not ki, Whis would not be able to know how to train Naruto since he has chakra and not ki, and nothing will happen at all from that. Alright, that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Nah, I'm playing. I'm joking. Obviously, you can tell by the time left in the video that that's not it. You know, let's assume that Whis is willing to train Naruto regardless of where he stands at, and Naruto also is capable to be trained even with chakra. Here's the second alternative thing for what could happen if Naruto trained with Whis. The real answer. So before we can get into the real answer, we kind of have to understand exactly how strong would Naruto be in the Dragon Ball universe without Whis training before we can even stack on top of what he would be at the outcome of Whis training. So I'm gonna be real with you, I've been seeing a lot of Naruto downplay on TikTok. However though, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think a comfortable scaling for Naruto, he's like star level. However, you actually can apply a meta to scale Naruto to the absolute max, he could be universal. Now again, that's a very controversial thing to talk about, is Naruto universal. A lot of people say no, some people say yes. I think the scans are true. I made a whole Instagram post about it. At the very maximum of Naruto scaling, you can probably get him universal at the very maximum. Like a mid scaling is like star level, low bars planetary. Even like with his maximum scaling of being universal, I still don't think he'll be able to beat a lot of characters in Dragon Ball, because even though that's what he scales at, his speed and durability and strength is still nowhere near as strong as other Dragon Ball characters. I think with his highest scaling possible, he still probably would not get past Cell, mainly because Cell is still vastly stronger, faster, more durable, and has regeneration. So I think that at Naruto's absolute highest, he's approaching Cell level, Super Saiyan 2 level, and I think at the very lowest, Naruto is like Frieza when he fought Goku in the Saiyan Saga. That's probably like at the very lowest. Taking Naruto where he stands at that point in Dragon Ball and applying Whis' 1 year training. So I definitely think that 1 year training is definitely enough to potentially get him in a point where he can be able to fight Dragon Ball Super characters. As you guys obviously know, Dragon Ball Super characters are very strong Dragon Ball Z characters. However, exactly, I don't think he makes it that far in Dragon Ball Ball Super even with 1 year of Whis' training. So let's look at Goku and Vegeta when they first started training with Whis at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Vegeta was the first person to enter training with Whis at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Before he ended up fighting Frieza at the resurrection of Frieza arc, Vegeta was training with Whis anywhere from a total of 10 months to a year in total. About 6 months into Vegeta's training, did Goku come along and start training too for about 4 months. So Goku got 4 months of training with Whis at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, while Vegeta had about 10 months to a year. Before Vegeta started training with Whis, Vegeta's higher transformation was to Super Saiyan 2. Even though I think that in Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta's Super Saiyan 2 is stronger than what his Super Saiyan 2 was at the end of Z, because obviously you saw that in a Rage series, Vegeta was capable of inflicting some sort of hits on Beerus. And while again, it's not really a feat that's like, oh yeah, Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 is Beerus level, he still did better than Goku did. It's Super Saiyan 3 against Beerus. Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 is stronger than what it was at the end of Z, but you saw that he went from still a Super Saiyan 2 level at the beginning of Super, and after 10 months to a year training with Whis, he came out as Super Saiyan God, stronger than Golden Frieza. So if Vegeta was capable of going from a Super Saiyan 2 level to Super Saiyan God Blue level within 10 months to a year, does that mean Naruto could? I did just say that at Naruto's absolute highest, he's approaching Super Saiyan 2 to Cell level. Does that mean that at the end of training with Whis, Naruto will come out like Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta level at the end of Super? Honestly, I would say so. And here's the reason why. So again, his thing too is that Naruto, with training with Whis, will most likely be able to absorb God Ki into his, not only his base form, but also his Caesium mode as well. And now you want to talk about how much of a multiplier the Super Saiyan God gives you. It's a bunch of different answers you can kind of look up mathematically and in the Dragon Ball wiki. I've seen multiple different things from like 80,000 times multiplier, 200,000 times multiplier, like an 80 million multiplier. I think the lowest multiplier I've seen for how much Super Saiyan God transformation can give you is about a 600 times multiplier from the base Saiyan. Now again, Naruto's not a Saiyan, so you wouldn't have a Super Saiyan God transformation, but he would still be able to absorb that ki into his Caesium mode and be like a Kurama cloak mode God. I don't know what you want to call that. At the very lowest, Naruto would be 600 times stronger than his base form. And that's at the very lowest, if you want to assume that the multiplier is even higher than 600 times. And then also stacking onto that too, he'll probably be able to stack on more and get more multipliers, kind of like how Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is. Naruto will probably have like a KCM God and a KCM God KCM. I don't know, it's weird. But here's the thing though, is that even though I said Naruto's absolute highest is probably approaching Super Saiyan 2 to Cell level, after a year of training with Whis, he probably would be about as strong as Golden Frieza, if not stronger. And that's Naruto at his very highest, assuming that he is approaching Super Saiyan 2 to Cell level. That's also not counting Baryon mode either, which we'll talk about that too. Now, if you want to go with like star level Naruto and him being lower than that, I think that after training with Whis for 1 year, assuming that he's like Saiyan Saga Frieza level, I don't think he'll be as strong as Golden Frieza. I think at that point he'll probably be pushing like maybe like Super Buu level at the end of his training with Whis for like 1 year. I think at the very lowest for training with 1 year with Whis, he'll probably be pushing like Super Buu level and be like around that point. And I think like at the highest, he'll probably be like as strong as Golden Frieza, if not stronger at the beginning of Super. With all the multipliers and stuff like that. However though, there's also two other versions that can get him higher than that. The other version is that Naruto's training is actually different than what Goku and Vegeta training is. If you remember, Naruto can create shadow clones that can help him train and help him train faster.
つまり影分身を使って同じ修行を2人で行えば経験値は単純に2倍ってことになるだろう。言い換えると2人でやれば1人で修行するときにかかる時間を半分に短縮できるってことでもある。
That's how Naruto is capable of doing the Rasen Shuriken. He created multiple different shadow clones. He was able to do training that should took like months and needed like 1 day. So if you assume that Naruto can train with Whis like that and use shadow clones to absorb more knowledge, then he can actually get way stronger in 1 year than what Goku and Vegeta could. So I think that if you apply that meta into Naruto training, that he'll probably be way stronger than Golden Frieza and probably be pushing like maybe like Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose level at that point. Now, if we apply that meta that he used shadow clones with Whis training to train faster and more sufficient within the time he has, and with Baryon mode on top of that, he'll probably be like Oh, that's kind of weird. No, you guys got to let me know in the comment section down below. How strong do you think a Baryon mode Naruto trained with 1 year of Whis with God Ki would be in Dragon Ball Super? So yeah, that's kind of just the video. I know it's not long. I know it's not as detailed and as deep into explanation like how other power scholars do it, but I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. And if the video gets a lot of views, a lot of comments, and it's like very debated and heated, I'll actually make a part 2 of this video, diving even further in detail and trying to get a better, more accurate answer. But that's honestly just kind of like my rough estimate about how strong I think he would be. Overall speaking, I think that after 1 year of training with Whis, Naruto at the bare minimum will probably be like Super Buu level. Medium, he'll probably be like Golden Frieza level at the beginning of Super. At the highest level, if you count the Shadow Clone Jutsu meta during training, probably like Super Saiyan Rose level. How strong would it be if he stack Baryon mode to that? You guys let me know in the comment section down below. Now, do I think he can beat Goku after training 1 year of Whis? No. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, all support is heavily appreciated. Remember, never more. Think about 3 be used to. Anybody's doing self, less, never more. I'm gonna see you out in the video. See you guys. I'm out of here. Y'all boys keep it easy.
Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize.